Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and today we're joined by Deven Rall. How are you, Deven?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me back, Charlie.
Absolutely. You are my favorite guest.
I love to hear that.
Or one of them at least, one of the top.
You tell every guest that, though, I'm sure.
I do, actually. You're up there though, mate. We got some good stories today. We're going to talk about Selena Gomez. Well, she's sending an olive branch to her organ donor, the girl who gave her a kidney who didn't like her anymore. Is it kidney or liver?
Kidney.
Kidney, there you go. We're going to talk about the UFOs. They made it to Congress yesterday, and there was a big hearing and some big bombshell revelations about aliens. But to begin with, off the top, let's talk about Ethan Slater, a.k.a. SpongeBob SquarePants from the musical. Everyone's been calling him SpongeBob. He has officially filed for divorce from his estranged wife so that he can be with Ariana Grande.
I mean, that's what you'd have to think. So it was filed in New York, so those documents are sealed, so you don't see any of really the details of the divorce.
You don't know the why.
Or why, exactly. And so, I mean, it's pretty obvious, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he met Ariana Grande. He left his wife, his high school sweetheart. They had dated for 10 years. They have an infant together. I believe he's only 1 year old.
Less than one.
And, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough situation for everyone involved. I mean, I know we were talking about it earlier. Kind of interesting because, see, on one hand, you have Ethan and his wife. They filed for a divorce. But on the other, his girlfriend, Ariana Grande, and her husband, Dalton Gomez, no filing yet.
Why would that be? Because if I had thrown away my family for, you know, this is the love of my life, I've just got to do it. Here's Ariana Grande. I have to do it for her. Why wouldn't she, you know, do the same for him? Like, you would have thought we're in it together. Let's both
You think
file.
they would coordinate dates?
You would have thought so because there's a 0% chance that Ariana, I don't know, doesn't file, like changes her mind. Or
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she, I think, could change her mind. And at the very least, I mean, maybe she's going to, divorce Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to imagine, I mean, she's not staying with SpongeBob SquarePants, dude.
No. Maybe Patrick.
Yeah, or Sandy.
Which one's
Sandy
Sandy?
Cheeks.
Is
That's the squirrel.
Oh, you know, Ethan Slater's wife in the SpongeBob musical played the Sandy Cheeks.
Did she?
Well, yeah, that's what it said online. I didn't know what that meant, but you're just saying it right now. Yeah,
You just thought it was just Sandy Cheeks?
I didn't know what that. I don't
Yeah.
watch SpongeBob.
Oh, you really?
Or if I only watch it when I'm high and I forget all the characters.
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
SpongeBob was huge when I was younger, but yeah, I mean it's a crazy situation that obviously we're gonna monitor. But I mean, you look at Ariana's track record, and I mean Ethan is not gonna have a family pretty soon, and I don't think he's gonna end up with Ariana. But hopefully I'm wrong.
She wrote the song "Thank You Next," and she has played out her romance life like that. She's leapfrogged from one guy to the other, and good on her. Like, you know, she's young, she's hot, so she should.
For sure. And I mean, you would have to imagine this is like, I mean, he didn't foresee Ariana Grande coming and falling in his lap, and he's just trying to do probably whatever he can to make this work. So.
Right. So it's like, don't worry, Ariana. I love you. I'll file. Yeah, I'll file today just to prove it to you, Ariana.
This is a recipe for disaster.
But yeah, he's got to be. I think it'd be quite funny, sadistically funny, if she just didn't file. And then SpongeBob was left all by himself. He's got
back to his pineapple at the bottom of the sea.
Back to Bikini
You don't
Bottom.
know. You don't know any of these references. You don't know SpongeBob.
I don't know SpongeBob that well.
You knew Patrick though.
I knew Patrick. He's the kind of what is Patrick have a jellyfish?
He's a starfish.
He's a star.
Patrick Star. Oh, you don't know Patrick.
I see. That's above my head. Anyway, so I hope these guys will make it. Ariana and Ethan. I don't know.
We'll be monitoring.
We'll be monitoring. Selena Gomez. Well, she's been in a messy feud with the girl, her best friend, her ex-best friend, who donated her kidney to her way back when. She gave her kidney to her. Great act. They had a frosty relationship, and we haven't been, no one really knew why. And then it all came to a head one time when Selena Gomez didn't name drop Francia, her best friend,
She said that Taylor Swift was her only like famous best friend, but Francia is an actress, an accomplished actor, so she took that as a dig, I would imagine.
So Francia gave all of these interviews with, camera guys basically just dunking on Selena. Just she's not
total shade.
Total shade.
And also these, I mean, it's like not like as you know, you don't have to actually talk to camera people, but these kind of seemed like she was looking for the people.
I mean, the cameras were in the valley. Like, there's no paparazzi that exists in the valley like that. Like that, she called him up, said, "I got some shade to throw at Selena."
Exactly.
Well, now Selena is offering an olive branch to her ex-bestie. It was Francia's birthday, and Selena put up a slideshow of, how life used to be between the two of them when they were besties.
All old photos, no current.
No current photos, and the caption was, "Happiest of birthdays to this special human being. No matter where life takes us, I love you."
That's sweet.
So is Selena...
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Because, we were looking into this morning. So Francia now does follow Selena.
Okay.
So they have to be somewhat cool.
Do you think
there has to be they must have talked. There has to have been something that happened between her giving these interviews and now Selena doing this post. Because she followed her back on Instagram, and as like stupid as that is, I mean, that is a sign that you're cool with someone. If she refollowed.
Yes.
The interesting thing though, I think that makes them not that cool is she's been reposting on her story all of these other birthday shout outs from people. No repost. Also, no like. She didn't even double tap the photo. So I do think there was some type of conversation they've had where they're somewhat cool, but they're not back to best friends.
No, that is actually very interesting because in this sort of like social media world, likes and following.
I know, so stupid,
resharing,
but it does show a lot.
It shows a hell of a lot. It's your sort of like standing on a soapbox at high school saying, "We're best friends again." But she hasn't really done that. She's sort of like, I don't know if I can think of another metaphor. But
yeah, I mean, and on the flip side, I look at this is like Selena Gomez. She saw all the heat she was getting when, Francia was doing these interviews and everyone's like, dude, she gave you her kidney and you guys had a falling out. So I don't know if this is just like good PR on her point or on her part to just be like, we're still best friends. Look, I wish her a happy birthday. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think it's a please don't trash me publicly again. Like, look, here I am taking the high road. I'm going to wish you happy birthday. I always got love for you. I'm going to tell you that. So if you go and like get another camera guy to come around to your hood and so you can trash me again, like I think she's just trying to set the contrast between who they are in this sort of movie. There's a villain and there's a hero. Selena's casting herself as the hero. Like, apparently what led up to this big beef was Francia, didn't think that her kidney in Selena's body was being treated right. She thought Selena might be abusing her kidney, like, if she's drinking or if she's doing what.
But to Selena's defense, it's like, dude, once that organ is in my body, that's my kidney.
Right.
What are you going to tell me what to do?
But you can understand that Francia feeling a certain level of ownership over the kidney that is in Selena's body. And if you are then going out and doing things that we all know are bad for kidneys, then I think that would cause an issue. I didn't have to give you the kidney, and now I'm without. If something happens to my other one, I'm screwed. I gave it to you.
Yeah, is there any, like, give-backs?
There's no take-backs. I don't think that you write a contract saying refund policy.
If we unfollow each other on Instagram, I get my kidney back?
If within 14 days or less. If So it'll be interesting to see if these guys, embrace each other even more, or this was just sort of like a shot across the bow saying...
I think this is like dipping their toes back into being friends again.
Yeah.
If I were to like follow all the breadcrumbs that have been laid out.
I would have thought once you trash me publicly, I don't think there's much coming back from that. Like, in terms of, I don't think they're going to be besties again. They're going to be out in the clubs.
No, definitely not.
If it's all for optics, maybe, but I don't think they're going to be like, calling each other and twirling the phone cord and having these midnight chats.
Is that what girls do when they call each other late at night?
I think back in the 80s, maybe they called. I don't think we have phone cords
I haven't seen
anymore.
a phone cord in years.
Okay. On to our last story, and potentially most earth-shattering, craziest news.
Are we putting on our tinfoil hats for this one or no?
Let's put on our tinfoil hats because the US government is hiding evidence of non-human life So says a UFO whistleblower who testified on Congress under oath yesterday. They actually had 3 of them. They had 3 former military officials. They were telling Congress that they think the government knows more than they're saying about UFOs. So there was this one guy, David Grush.
I believe it's Grush.
He said basically that they have found non-human-like biometrics on crashed UFOs, or as we're now calling them, UAPs, which stands for unidentified anomalous phenomena. They're called UFOs in my mind.
Yeah, I was going to just stick to UFOs.
He was saying they've found crashed UFOs, they've found the pilots. Let's listen to some of what he said yesterday on Capitol Hill.
You've stated that the government is in possession of potentially non-human spacecraft. Based on your experience and extensive conversations with experts, do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
So they have...
So says him.
Okay, it's a big so says him. But apparently, government officials have the bodies, the biology of the DNA of aliens.
Essentially.
And they haven't told us. They've got the spacecraft, they've got the UFOs too, which is just like a clear sphere with a cube inside, apparently.
I mean, people have been saying this for years. I think why, and I'm in the minority, I don't care about aliens. I'm just going to say that out up front.
You don't care?
I don't care about aliens, but I think why this one was such a big deal is like this guy is talking under oath. This guy, has has a title. He's a former military intelligence guy. He's not just some crazy guy on YouTube that's saying he saw something in the sky. I mean, this guy...
I was probed last night. Everybody, aliens
Exactly. I saw a 10-foot alien in my backyard.
Exactly.
But so that's why I think people are freaking out. But it's just like, dude, show us the freaking aliens.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm so over this, like these little grainy videos that they can't explain. People saying that, I mean, this guy went on to say they basically had asked him, has anyone been threatened to be murdered or murdered to cover up some of this information getting out? And I forgot exactly what he said, but basically said yes. It's like, dude, just show at this point, like if you're the US government and there's all these people who are just like, just show it to us. Just show us an alien, please.
Right.
Or show me some good video, or I don't care.
What is it? What is this guy's motivation then in lying under oath to Congress about alien bodies?
That's a good question. I mean, you don't know anyone's motivation. Was he he's a former military member. He's no longer working for them. Does he feel wronged in some way? Has he lost his mind? I'm not saying he did, but who knows?
Has he got a TikTok?
Is he trying to get clout? Is he exactly? So you don't know anyone's motivation. And it's like, yeah, he said this under oath, but how is he going to get charged with perjury when no one's going to come forward and prove that he's lying? But also, how do they prove he's lying?
What you're kind of saying and your perspective on this almost speaks to other stuff that these guys were saying, where there'd be more people come out, there'd be more support for these types of, we saw it too. If there wasn't such a stigma around people who do put their hands up and say, look, I know the evidence is flimsy, I know XYZ, but I am a witness to this. I've heard it. I've seen it, to corroborate the story. Because of people like you, Deven, there's a stigma that exists.
I'm very cynical, yes.
You're very cynical. And if I or someone else, at TMZ said, I've seen an alien last night, Deven. I was hanging out with an alien. You'd think I was a complete buffoon.
No, I think you were high or something.
Right. You might be right. But so I think there is a stigma that exists about people coming out and, exposing.
No, for sure. And it's like, you always talk about it. Like, do you believe that there are aliens out there? Yes. Like, I do believe there's some type of other life form somewhere, but it's just like getting to the point where it's like, either show me an alien, show me these aircrafts. And at the end of the day, it's like, even if like we do know that there are aliens, like what are we going to do about it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's like,
but it'd completely shatter the foundations of how we view ourselves, how we view religion. It'd completely upend so much of what it is to be human if there was other stuff out there.
but how is that going to affect your like? If so, they come out with this information today. You're still going to go eat lunch, right? You're going to.
I don't think so.
You're going to go home and see your kids, see your wife. It's not going to affect your life. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I'd eat lunch.
What?
I think it'd put me off my meal.
Really?
At least for one meal.
Really? Yeah, one. Exactly.
Then I get a bit peckish. I'm hungry now. I think that aliens are like Taylor Swift. And everyone who sort of like believes in them and champions them is just so annoying. And that's the reason that I'm not on board, because all of these, and we've got plenty of people around the office, including our main man, Harvey Levin,
huge alien guy.
Huge alien guys get so excited, so worked up. You guys don't understand. And you go and ask like Melanie Miller, huge Taylor Swift fan around our office.
Yes.
She's like, you guys don't understand what it's like. It's the same sort of like passion and black and white. This is the way it is that makes me just go.
It turns you off.
It turns me. It's like, okay. It makes me into the Deven like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I do care somewhat. You know, I think it'd be awesome if in our lifetimes we got to realize that we are not alone. I don't think we are either. But the proof of that would be awesome. I don't love these witnesses coming forward and it's just a he said, she said again.
Exactly.
And, you know, because they have the same stuff about Bigfoot, about Loch Ness Monster, there's always these grainy sort of like, show me some proof.
Exactly. And it all comes back to like the technology we have today. Everyone has an iPhone.
Yeah.
Come on.
We'd have a shop by now.
Yes, we'd have better than what they've shown us.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I hope some more evidence. I'd like to be proved wrong. I'd like to be proved that there are aliens. I think that'd be awesome. I'll probably try to get this first shot of them at LAX coming in.
It'd probably be pretty shaky, pretty dark.
I'd probably be out of focus too, actually, wouldn't they? Most of my shots are. But anyway, thank you guys.
They'd probably say just about as much as normal celebrities say.
I know,
to
yeah,
you.
no questions. Exactly. I get in trouble from Harvey for doing the wrong thing. Thank you very much for joining me here today, Deven.
Of course. It was a good time.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you here tomorrow. Bye.